Hey everyone, Zeph Moses here, and I am at the RØDE booth today, and my friend Ryan is going to tell us a little bit about a microphone that they've released, and I'm really interested in this because we're doing stuff just like this on the go, where we need a handheld microphone that's wireless,
Yep.
and we don't want to use a lav, and we just wanted a little bit of a different setup. We've got this awesome microphone here that he just whipped out and was able to connect it to one of our cameras. So Ryan, why don't you take it away, tell us a little bit about what this is and why we should consider adding this to our setup.
Sure. So this is called the Interview Pro. This is a wireless microphone, as you've rightfully pointed out. We're running it wirelessly straight into your camera right now with a Wireless Pro receiver. This will work with any of the current RØDE Wireless Series mics. So the Wireless Go 2, the Wireless Me, the Wireless Pro, even a Rodecaster Pro, Rodecaster Duo, all of those different devices that have RØDE Series 4 wireless, it works perfectly with. This is an omnidirectional interview mic. So this exact scenario is perfect for the microphone. But it has a couple of really cool tricks. First of all, it records on board. So what we're doing right now is recording on the microphone as well as wirelessly transmitting it to the camera.
And that way we can sync it up later in post.
Absolutely. And there's a really good reason for the onboard recording. It records in 32-bit floating point. And what that means for those uninitiated to that is essentially it's like a raw recording. So you're recording the entire dynamic range that the microphone can capture, so that if something's really loud or really quiet, you can correct that in post-production with any processing that you want. So,
and especially in a room like this where it's very loud, there's tons of people on speakers and music playing and all sorts of stuff going on.
Absolutely. I mean, an environment like this is totally crazy, especially when it comes to all of the RF floating around, all of the noise. It's like so noisy here. You can probably, tell from the videos that, you guys would be doing. Now, it's got a mute button on the front here. It has over 40 hours of recording in 32-bit float uncompressed, right, on the unit. It'll also run over 20 hours on one charge, has an internal lithium-ion battery. You can open the unit up and transfer your files just with a USB-C port on here, and you can even charge it with the RØDE RS1 charging dock using the little pins here. So if you're regularly on the road doing interviews and things like that, you can just drop it straight into the charging dock when you get back to the studio, and away you go. Now, to talk about the microphone capsule, it's got a 14mm omnidirectional capsule, and there's a good reason for it being an omni. In an interview scenario, you want to have consistent audio between the interviewer and the interviewee. When you have a directional microphone, you have things like proximity effect, you have a different tonality as you kind of roll into the off-axis rejection. And so if you have a scenario where you might move the microphone to ask a question
like this,
yep, and the person keeps talking or something, it's really difficult to correct that in post-production with a directional mic, whereas an Omni has that nice, consistent frequency response, talking into the back of the mic, in the front of the mic, side of the mic, it doesn't matter.
That's fantastic. And so being able to use that USB-C to recharge it, but getting, you said, was it 20 hours of usage time on this?
Yes.
So we're not worried about a single day having to charge up during a lunchtime break at a conference or something like that. This is going to roll all the way through day one and potentially completely through day two, depending on what you're doing with it.
Totally. I mean, no one's recording a 20-hour-long interview, and if you are, I feel very sorry for, whoever has to run sound for that. But the reality is we want you to not have to worry about the battery life at all, and even if you've totally forgotten to charge it before you go onto set, you can plug it in for, 15 minutes and then you're fine. You've got, a long time worth of battery life remaining on that unit. So it's just really simple, onboard battery, onboard recording, and it just works. That's the nice thing about the system. One other thing to mention is that when you use it with the RØDE Wireless Pro receiver, it also has timecode on board. So it will print timecode to the audio files that are recorded on board. The Wireless Pro receiver can output multiple different timecode modes, just like the rest of the Wireless Pro system with the small transmitters and whatnot. You've got 32-bit float recording, timecode, gain assist technology, so we can run gain assist over the air, which is basically a RØDE technology to automatically compensate for levels in the signal that's going to the receiver, so that it optimizes your, kind of dynamic range on your camera and all that kind of stuff. So it's a system that's just really easy. It works, and it's super, high quality audio, very professional.
And tell me briefly just about, you very quickly just pulled out a receiver, paired it up like that, took it into the camera, and we were good to go. In a space like this, there's probably a ton of signals flying around in here, but this seems to be working just fine. What should people be looking out for and just making sure that they get the best possible signal, or is this just kind of figuring it out and doing all the hard work for you?
No, look, the truth is that not all wireless systems are equal. There's a lot of engineering that goes into the antenna systems on RØDE Wireless. First of all, we have dual antennas on all of our setups so that we're running on multiple frequencies at once, and we're automatically hopping in the 2.4 gig range. Our devices automatically hop and find the best possible signal. So even in a really dense wireless environment, you still have a really robust signal with a RØDE wireless system. Now, not all wireless systems have dual antennas. Not all wireless systems have fast, kind of aggressive hopping, frequency hopping like ours do. This is all engineered and manufactured in RØDE's state-of-the-art manufacturing facility in Sydney, Australia. So everything from the plastics to the metal machining to the electronics to the antennas, we do it all in-house. And there's a big difference between a system like this and your kind of regular run-of-the-mill wireless system you might pick up. So.
Absolutely love it, and just seeing the simplicity, connecting, going. The RØDE Wireless Go is called the Go for a reason. You can just go with it. So
absolutely.
Very exciting to see this. Now you have a couple other things real quick to mention and to show me. Do you want to pull those out real fast and we'll take a peek?
Let's go.
Let's do it. So, I love using this microphone. This is just really nice and easy and simple for interviews just like this. And it's important to mention, I think there's something like 100,000 people attending this conference right now. So if you're thinking about wireless, like we have Sony's over there. There's so many companies right here that are probably using wireless, and to make this work on the floor at NAB is fantastic.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, you don't have to worry about your system when you're running a RØDE wireless system. The RØDE Series 4 platform, from the RØDECaster to the Wireless Go, the Wireless Me, they're very robust, wireless connections. But also on the Pro Series and the Wireless Go 2, you have onboard recording, and that's the ultimate backup because the microphone itself is recording as well. So easy to sync in post. The next product I have here is the RØDE phone cage. So we launched this for NAB. Now, a lot of creators are using their smartphone to be able to create content. Cameras are amazing, frankly, these days. But one of the challenges that you have as a content creator is that the best camera you have in your pocket is often on the phone that you want to use every single day for everything else that you do in your life. And a lot of the mobile rigs that are out there are really fixed rigs where you have to lock everything down, and it's very difficult to have a quicker workflow. So we wanted to rethink that, and we've gone with a MagSafe workflow here. So, I've got my iPhone 15 Pro here, and I've got a wireless, receiver, a light. I could add a whole bunch of different accessory handles, you name it, and you can just simply snap it on and plug your receiver in, and you're ready to shoot content. It is really robust. Like, I could pick the whole thing up from the phone itself, so it's got a really nice secure connection, and it has loads of different mounting points. So you've got 5 different shoe mounts. So whether you're filming vertical content, you want to put a shoe mount on the top, or any other way that you want to mount shoe mounts, you can. We've got anti-rotation pins, we've got cable management clips, everything on this cage. So it's a really nice workflow for getting nice stable shots, keep everything really, kind of on the fly, easy to go, and shoot content anywhere with your smartphone. The next thing in that same kind of vein is our mag mount system. Now I'm going to pull this apart and put it back together and just show you how cool this is.
I love how you do that with like the quick little snap, and it's just take it right apart, pop it, change it up.
I mean,
this is like the transformer.
Good.
Yeah,
it is. Listen to this.
Yeah, little ASMR action for you.
Satisfying click on that stuff. So this is a mag mount. Now, if you're filming with your device and you just want to be able to add a shoe mount, or even mount your phone onto something with a 1/4-inch thread like a RØDE DS2 stand, you can do that. You want to mount lights up, you can pop another shoe mount in and put it on the side. Or even, if you want, to put it onto a standard tripod, you can do that, by placing it in the bottom. So you've got 4 different mounting points for the quick, kind of mounts, and then you've also got the 1/4-inch thread on the back with anti-rotation pins. So really nice setup, really cool for content creators who just want to be able to, flip their rig around and shoot a selfie, and then turn it back around and shoot content straight ahead. It's really easy to use, super simple.
Super easy. And so if somebody wants to grab one of these, where should they be going to check this out? Is this available on the website, ready to ship now?
So these are shipping from Australia right now, all around the world. So you can check out your favorite, kind of local dealer. We're right here at B&H and their booth at NAB. You'll be able to find it at B&H or your preferred, kind of retailer for all of this kind of stuff.
Well, fantastic. I want to thank you so much for taking some time out of your day. This is very busy here, so I know you've probably had to give this demo quite a lot. I'm grateful that your voice is still there so we can share this with everyone, tell them about all the cool stuff, and just thank you again for working with me and for sharing all the cool new products that you've come out with.
No, likewise. I really appreciate you guys coming around, shooting some content, and, giving great advice to your viewers. So it's really good.